Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to run through the offsets or the advanced offset cell, how to create it and how to set it up. So if you go to the YouTube page, go to the About, scroll on down. If you have the version 9.3, you can download it directly and everything will be set up already. If you do not, if you have an older version, then you need to go down to the cell setup and then you're going to have to create it along with this video on how to put things together. So let's go to cell setup, offset. Brings you to a Google Drive, and then download all these files with the pictures, which will help set up everything, and also the position registers. Once you download them, unzip them, and then we're going to place them into the folder once we are done setting up the cell. So let's look at what the cell looks like first. So we're going to use the LRMate 200ID 7L, which is the larger version of the LRMate. And then we're going to add the suction cup that's been created and in part of the CAD file as well. In ROBOGUIDE, we're going to go new cell. Next. And let's call this advanced offsets. Pick your version. And then we're going to set up the end of arm tooling later. So let's have that selected. We're going to go the LRMate 200ID 7L. And we're going next through all these. Finish. Once again, the cell will initialize. I'm going to pause it here. And then as soon as the cell initializes, I'll unpause it and we'll start creating the cell. So now that we have the cell set up, let's save all the CAD files into the folder in which this has been created. So if you don't know where the folder is, just go to Files, Save As, and then here's the link to that folder under Work Cells, and it's going to be Advanced Offsets. So let's put those files into there. So let's grab the offsets and suction. So all we need is the CAD files. We do not need the images. If you want to add them to there, you can do that if you want to. So I'm going to just copy that. And then I'm going to paste it into our advanced offsets. Let's add our section. So we're going to go to the robot tooling. And under tooling 1, let's right click on it and go properties. And let's call this suction. And let's grab the actual tool. So let's go open file. Under the advanced offsets, you'll find the suction now, object file. And if we hit apply, we'll be able to see it. Now we need to do some modifications so that the rotation is correct. So looking at the robot and U-tool setup, we have 140 on the Z and -90 for the W. And then 0.2 kilograms. So 140 on the Z, -90 on the W. Hit apply. Now it should be in place, and then 0.2 kilograms is going to be our weight. And we can lock the locations for this so it doesn't move on us. And now we have our general setup. Let's go to U-tool so we can set up the end of arm tooling here. And let's go to our images, and the Z is going to be 140. Again, if you want to rotate this so that the Z is positive, just mess with the WPR so that the UCS is the correct direction. Hit OK. And now we have our tooling set up. Let's rotate it so it's the 90 degrees. Position. And then -90. Close that out. And now let's start adding in the cell parts. So we'll start out with the cylinders. So the first cylinder here, cylinder 1, is going to be 250 millimeters, location 515, rotation of 90, and then diameter of 130 in length. So let's start creating these cylinders. So I'm going to go to Fixtures, right click, Add Fixture, and we're going to go Cylinder. And the cylinder will be always created above. So we're going to keep this as our orange color, so I'm going to just call this cylinder. The orange color, and then we're going to go 250, 500, 15, and the W is going to be 90 degrees, so we rotate it upright, so let's hit OK. So it's in place. Now let's change the diameter and size. So 100 for the diameter, and the length is going to be 30. So now we have our first cylinder. Let's lock this proportion and hit OK. Then here's the location and dimensions for the second cylinder. So let's go ROBOGUIDE, and let's copy this. So right click, copy cylinder, under fixtures, and then paste. There's our cylinder 2. Double click it, and then let's uncheck all locations, and then let's put in the correct sizes. So X is going to be 100, Y is going to be 500, Z is going to be 30, W is going to be 90, and then 100, and then 60. Apply. So our second size, lock all proportions, hit OK. Third cylinder, sizes. I'm going to right click on fixtures. I'm going to paste that cylinder so it becomes cylinder 3. Let's double click it. And we'll just change the name, so 11. Lock the proportions, and this is going to be -50, 500, 60, 90, and then 120. Apply, and now lock the proportions. And then the final cylinder is going to be the sizes right here. Right click, paste cylinder, click it, and this is going to be cylinder 4. Z is going to be 120, -200, 500, 90, and then 240. There's our next one. Lock all locations. Okay, so now we have our orange cylinders all set up. So the next item is going to be a CAD file called offsets, which is the orange cylinders. So let's bring that in, and we have the sizes there. So we're going to right click on fixtures, add fixtures. We're going to go single CAD file, and we're going to pick offsets. And with the offsets, we're going to change it so that the color is red. And then we're going to change the sizes of this. 300, -350, 0, 90 rotation, and then 90 rotation on the R. Hit apply, and now we have our cylinders all set up. Let's lock that proportion, hit OK. The last part is going to be a couple different parts to it, which is going to be the pan, and then we have the boxes. So the pan size here is going to be 350, 250, and then we're going to have some rotations, 0 on the scale. So let's bring in here, and let's go to fixtures, right click, add fixture, and we're going to go down to CAD library. And the pan is going to be under palettes, so go to palettes, and you can click the main palette heading, and then go down to where we see the pan. Here's the pan, open. We're going to make this black. And then let's change the sizes. So 350, 250, 0, and then we have a -90 R. And now we have our pan, and lock that proportion, hit OK. So now we have our pan to stick our little blocks. So we now need to do the blocks. So we're going to array this inside the pan, and here's the box. So in order to array something, we actually have to make this as a part. So we're going to go part, here's the sizes. So let's go to parts, right click on it, add part, and we're going to go to CAD library. And we're going to go down to workpiece, and then you'll find the box. Hit OK. So we're going to call this box, change the color to yellow, mass of 1 kilogram. And then scale 0.46, scale in the Y 0.36, and then 0.2 for the Z. Now we have our box, proper size. We're going to now add our box to our palette. So we're going to hit OK, double click the palette, which brings up the palette, go to parts, and we're going to check box, and we're going to hit apply. And here are the locations, 5, 5, and then 5.045. So double click the pan, and then we'll be able to change the size. So let's click the box, edit part, offset, and this is going to be 5 millimeters, 5 millimeters, and then 5.045 millimeters. Now we're in the proper place. So now we need to do the location offset, and we're going to export the number of parts we need. And here are the offsets that we're going to need. So in the X, 125, and the Y is going to be 95. So let's go to our drawing, and we're going to add, and this is how we do an array. So we're going to array in the X direction. So the X direction is going to be 4, and then the Y direction is going to be 3. Put in the sizes, so everything is going to be positive. So the X direction is going to be 125, Y direction is going to be 95, and then 0 in the Z. Hit OK, and now we have our blocks arrayed in the proper positions. So let's set up the position registers now. So we have home, yellow, orange, red, and tool offset. So this will actually make it a little bit easier to set these up just because we have numbers already created. So if you go to each one of these, this is going to be the yellow bricks, the orange bricks, red bricks, and then the tool offset. So let's go through each one of these, and I took a picture of this so we can type in the proper numbers. So let's go here, and we're going to hit OK on our mat. Let's open up the teach pendant, go to data, type, position registers. And the first position register is going to be the home. So I'm going to shift record. So this is the home position. And then let's double click in here and type in home. Enter. Then we're going to have the yellow bricks. Double click. Enter. Orange bricks. Bricks, they're cylinders, and then the red cylinders. Then we're going to have tool offset. And I'm going to go up here and we just record all these. And then I'm going to go in here and actually get the information from the position. So I'm going to go to the position and we're going to type in the proper numbers. So this is going to be 400, 187.46497, negative 275, and negative 180. And we can go move to if you want to, just test, shift to move to. And I just added abort anything that was in there before. And now we're in that proper position. Let's go to the orange and turn off shift, position, and let's type in the numbers, 250, enter, 500, enter, negative 330, enter, and then we have 180 is our degree. Done. And let's go back in that yellow bricks. Let's just make sure that that was the proper angle, which was negative 180. So we're negative 180, so we're good. So orange, again, was the positive 180. Done. Let's go to the red cylinders, position, and then this is going to be 300, negative 350, negative 230, and then a positive 180. Double checked, so shift to move to. Moving to the top of that first cylinder, there we go. Looks good. And the last thing is going to be the tool offset. And the tool offset is going to be 0, 0, negative 10, 0, 0, 0. Done. And now we have our cell all set up and ready to go.